Okay, this is going to be a short video that covers the process for after the records have been imported into Koha. The longer video was about sending the records to Authority Express for authority processing, getting them back and importing them into Koha, and this is what you do when you're done with that to get them ready for the LRT and generate labels and get the volumes ready to send to the LRT for labeling. So you start out the same way in the OCL connection client save file, local save file that your records are still in from the importing process. Start out by clicking the first one in the list, highlighting it, holding the shift key down and pressing enter, clicking on that until they're all highlighted. Then you're going to go up here to the Tools menu, select Options. You're going to click on the Batch tab up here at the top, Batch. And under the Perform Local Actions in Batch section, you want to do label printing. And so you check that box. And then also we're going to click the Printing menu of the Printing tab. And I want that on my desktop 1300 for now. And I'm going to click Label Options. Down here it has the name of the file that I'm going to put the labels in. And we name them with the year, 2-digit, 2-digit month, and 2-digit date, and a sdocs.txt. It's going to be a text file. So I've already set that up earlier, 180524 with the date. So I'm going to click OK on that. And that's what I need to set up in this drop-down menu, so I click OK. And I go up here to the upper right, or upper left where it says File, and I want to tell it Print Labels. That's just a little step you have to do. I'm not really sure what that does, but if you don't do it, it won't work right. Then I'm going to go up here to the top menu options and click Batch. Process Batch. You'll see there's a red check mark beside that default authority default file. I'm not using that. I'm using the TMS file. That's where my local file of saved items is. I've got to click the white box there. And this is either exports or label printing, and I'm going to click label printing because that's what I'm doing. Then I click OK. And it does a printout. The little status box drops down, shows them counting off the items, and then it prints this. It generates this batch label print report. I want to print that, so I go to File and Print. And I don't want it to go to Snagit. I want to go to 1300. And I'm going to print this out. And on the printed copy, up here in this white space at the top, I'm going to write the file path, which in this case is o://SLS/TMS labels / and then the file name, which is 180524 sdocs.txt. So I printed that out over on my printer. I'm going to close this now. And now I'm going to go into Koha. And just like we did at the end of the import process, when we want to look at the files that are the new items that are there, I'm going to click Tools and Stage Mark Record Management. And you remember that there's all this list of different batches we've imported. This is the latest one. This is the one I did. It has 21 items in it. I'm going to click on that Out link. And I have the list here. Now what I'm going to do is go through these one at a time. I'm going to click the blue highlighted link, which is the record number. That will bring the record up in Koha, the individual record. I'm just going to check to see that it loaded the item record. Sometimes it doesn't for some reason. If you put in a duplicate barcode, it won't load properly, and sometimes other things happen that there's no item record down here. Then you have to create it and go back. But in this case, it's there. So I'm also going to print this off. Going to go up here to these little parallel hash marks here, open menu, print, and click print here. It opens up the dialog box. I want to select the HP 1300, and I'm going to print that record off. So then I can close that, close this window that popped open with that record, and go on to the next one. What I'm going to do in turn with each of these, there's two things I'm going to do. I'm going to check that the item record is there, and that's a kind of a quality control thing. And then I'm going to print this out. I'm going to take the printout of the record and I'm going to insert it into the physical volume. I have the physical volume saved on a book truck in a Princeton box, and so I'm going to print the record, the record out for each item, each title, and I'm going to put the printout into the volume, put it back into the Princeton box. At the end, I'm going to take that that list that I printed out first. I'm going to put it in the front of the Princeton box, or at the left of the Princeton box, and then I take them all over to the LRT, and that makes it easier to find the items and identify them in Koha. And then the LRT will generate the labels from that text file. I can actually go in here and look at this text file. It's in OSLS state docs, TMS labels, and here it is. It's the only one in there. I deleted all the old ones. If you click on that, it'll open up in the notepad, and that's what the label files look like that the LRT can use to generate spine labels and then go through the batch and label it and put it on the shelf. So that's it for that process.